What is going on, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of MythBusting Monthly. So just in case you're not familiar with the series, every month I go out and test some myths suggested to me by the community, usually in the Discord, but also on YouTube. If you're interested in suggesting your myths to be featured in one of the future videos that I make, feel free to go down to the Discord and post your myths in the MythBusting channel. With that being said, sit back, relax, and let's get this video started. So, for the first myth of today's video, I have been asked, are bananas the most versatile and useful fruit? Anyway, so the next myth of today's video is sticking with the food theme, and the dog wants to know, do different foods have different eating times? Now, originally when I heard this question, I thought, yeah, I believe that they do, although testing it and putting all of these videos side by side, you can see that there's no real difference when it comes to eating animations. Although with that being said, I did test bringing out different food animations, and it does turn out that if you do have meat, it takes slightly longer to bring them out, not by much, only by a couple frames. And since it is that minuscule of a difference, there's really no situation where you could tell that it's much of an issue. Alright, good question, thank you, moving on. So this question comes from the user Daft42. And Daft wants to know, can you turn off the fire on your ship with a bucket of sick? So this question has a little bit of history behind it. When fire was first released into the game, you weren't able to put out fire with buckets of sick, you could only put it out on yourself. As the game progressed though, they did change it, and now as the game currently stands, you can put out any fire on any surface or on anyone with buckets of sick. So yeah, although not practical, it's very entertaining and it works. Feel free. So the next myth in today's video comes from the user JustDreaming34, and he wants to know if the blunderbuss takes skill. Dorime.
I hate you.
What do you think? Does it take skill? I don't know. Tell me in the comments. Okay, so the final myth in today's video is about ancient skeletons, and I warn you, it's going to be sort of an answer, and then I'm going to redirect you to another video I made a couple weeks ago, but I will answer your question. So this question comes from a non-English speaking viewer, and I'll just roughly translate it now. Essentially, he wants to know, will ancient skeletons spawn in a duo sloop? So to directly ask this question, yeah, it doesn't matter how many people you have on your ship, doesn't matter if you're playing by yourself with an open crew, if an ancient skeleton spawns, it spawns, there's no prereq. But let's dive a little bit deeper and talk into some more detail about ancient skeleton spawns. So, a while ago I made a video about ancient skeletons and spawning on the shores of gold. That video has a ton of information, I'll link it at the end if you want to go watch it. But anyway, essentially, what I said in that video was ancient skeletons have a higher chance of spawning on that island. Although that is true, it's not exactly because it has anything to do with that island itself. The only reason it has a higher chance of spawn rate over there is because the island is a much larger radius than any other island we have. And I know a few people made videos after that addressing that and saying it has a higher spawn rate. Unfortunately, it doesn't in the aspect you were thinking, but it does at the same time. With that being said, you're not going to have less of a chance of spawning an ancient skeleton on a small island, there's just less surface area for him to pop up, so you may not see him as much. Again, I made a detailed video on exact spawns and whatnot of the ancient skeleton, so you can go watch that video if you want to. Keeping it simple in this video, when it comes to ancient skeletons, it's 100% RNG and there's nothing you can do to increase or decrease the chance of you spawning one. Anyway, hopefully that answers your question. So if you'd like to get involved in the next episode of MythBusting Monday, what you can do is head down to the description and join my Discord and post your myths inside of the MythBusting channel. Alright, hopefully you enjoyed this video or learned something new. If you'd like to support my channel and the work that I create, feel free to subscribe and hit that notification bell just below this video. Alternatively, feel free to leave a like and leave a comment to show your support. I try my best to read every single comment. If you head down to the description of this video, you're going to find a few links that may interest you. First of all, I have a Discord link. If you'd like to join my community, feel free to click on that and make yourself at home. I also have my Twitch, Twitter and Instagram linked down below if you'd like to support me there. And finally, there is also a Patreon link if you are interested. So anyway, hopefully you have enjoyed this video and I cannot wait to see you in the next one.